Ok, bienvenidos a Extreme Barcelona.
Yeah, make it look easy. Hey, stand up guy, boom, 10 toes. Big body pull up in a Range Rover. I can change the whole game when I say so. I pull up, shut it down, yeah, they know. Running this game ain't a thing for me. I never switched up, no change in me. The only thing changing this season, you go against me, then you know that you tweaking, okay? Cause baby, I'm him, I be on 10. Two-stepping in the party, I do not dance. Watch how I move, make it look easy. Counting up wins, that's part of the plan. Black man taking up my head as a CC. I can't fail, all my victories will repeat. Let's go.
Welcome back to Extreme Barcelona 2024, right on the shores of the Mediterranean. We are in the Parc del Fòrum, on the edge of the beautiful city of Barcelona, the final competition of Extreme Barcelona 2024. This is the men's scooter park final. We've got 8 of the world's favourite and best riders about to throw down on this insane Central Park. I'm joined by Mr. White Trash Willie himself, Will Cashin. I'm Todd Grady. How's it going, Will?
It's going fantastic, man. I'm excited to see some amazing scootering today. I know all the boys here have put so much dedication and hard work into perfecting their tricks to put on a show for us today. So it's going to be a great time, and I can't wait to see the history we see unfold in front of our eyes.
Absolutely. You talk history, there is really no bigger scootering history in our sport than Extreme Barcelona. It's been the kind of spiritual home of scooter riding, Barcelona, over the last 15 years of the sport, and this competition in itself has been pretty much the biggest one from day one, outside of the World Championships, and often has been the World Championships. So Extreme Barcelona love scooters, and scooters love it back.
Yeah, no, I feel like Extreme Barcelona, just Barcelona in general, has always been like the worldwide meetup spot for scooter riders. I feel like if there's anywhere in the world that all the scooter riders come together, it's definitely in Barcelona around this time of the year for this contest.
Absolutely, and you can see why the sun's still shining, the sea lapping at the edge of the Mediterranean. Unfortunately, this evening, some wind to play with here. When these riders are hitting such massive jumps and massive jump boxes, really going to be a bit of an issue for them, or could be.
Absolutely. Wind is such a big factor, especially when you're flying through the air. You can get pushed around. So I'm curious to see how these riders deal with that adversity, but I'm sure they're prepared for this, and I'm sure that they're going to do just fine, despite the wind.
Absolutely. I think it's been fairly consistent throughout the day, throughout the practice sessions. I think got in the way of some of the practice sessions for the BMXers. But the BMXers managed to ride through really well. If you didn't catch up with the BMX contest, we had an incredible men's and women's C1 Park Final. Just finished up now with me and Catfish. Make sure you go back and watch that. Here we are then, Extreme Barcelona, our contest format. You get two 45-second runs with the best run counting here in men's park finals. 45 seconds is going to be action-packed, eh, Willie?
Oh, it's going to be amazing today. It's going to be 45 minutes of absolute carnage and from each person, and it's going to be amazing to see what these guys do. We saw a glimpse a couple days ago at the World Finals and by a couple of these guys, and it's going to be so sick to see how they translate their skills into this park today.
And it is a British invasion with a little French on the side right here. 6 of the 8 from Great Britain and the other 2 from France. Jules Peyret, Callum Connor, Jordan Clark, Charlie Dyson, Jamie Hull, Esteban Clot, Tom Neebe, and your current world #1 and world champion from a couple of days ago, Mr. Jayden Sharrman, qualifying in first place. These guys fresh off the plane, so Jayden won his world championship 2 nights ago in Rome, jumped on the plane and got here to Barcelona in time to qualify yesterday.
I'm excited to see how these riders go about their thing. I feel like I'm looking at them warming up right now. It's looks like they're going crazy.
Absolutely. Time's up on warm-up. It's time to settle those nerves and get ready. But I don't think not too many nerves here because these are some seasoned competitors right here. We've got some new names coming through. Jules Peyret from France, a name that we're not used to seeing in finals, but a name that has thoroughly earned its place there. He's really throwing down and will be our first rider to drop. Then we've got Callum Connor, again, also coming off a fantastic competition at Worlds in Rome 2 nights ago, came 3rd. Jordan Clark came 2nd there. Charlie Dyson and Jamie Hull. These Brits, Jamie didn't have such a great weekend over in Rome, but looking to step it up on a much more familiar park from him. Worlds had a very skate-focused bowl park, whereas here we are back to the classic Extreme Barcelona, very BMX-focused course. These big jump boxes, Will.
No, it's absolutely a huge course. These boxes are not only for scootering but also for BMX. So you know that the height and the air that these guys getting is the top level. There's a lot of riders that we're seeing in this lineup that are no strangers to this course as well. We've seen some amazing moments from quite a few of these riders unfold exactly here on this park. So it's going to be exciting to see what they do this year and what tricks they choose to do.
Here we see our riders lining up to be introduced to the massive crowd that always gathers here. Like I say, the spiritual home of scooter riding here, Barcelona, and the fans come out in force to make sure that that is well known. A lot of these riders and a lot of street riders in particular choose this city as their home because it's just incredible community here of action sports from across the skate park sports world, and a lot of a really a great community to come into here.
Absolutely, the Brits really are sweeping the stage right now. There's so many people from the UK that are up here. They're in France.
Yep. Well, first of those Frenchmen, Jules Peyret scored a 79 in qualifying, and I see he's fresh off a trip to the UK as well, where a lot of these riders train at Adrenaline Alley. Jules put in a trip there just earlier this month, I believe. And here is a man who is local to that skate park. No wonder he's got so many skills. Callum Connor from Peterborough in the UK. 3rd in the world currently. Now, our next rider needs very little introduction. I believe he's won here 5 times previously. Easily the most decorated scooter rider here at Extreme Barcelona, and likely the most decorated scooter rider still riding in the world today. Jayden Sharrman from Chichester in the UK. Next, Jordan's young protege, just 16 years old, Charlie Dyson. Been on the scene for 10 years already, came up as a 6-year-old shredder. Now at 16 is putting down some real big maneuvers. Jamie Hull, your 2022 world champion, won in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Off a tough weekend last week, looking to set the record straight, and does so by qualifying 4th from Widnes in the UK. This year's FIS champion, winning the biggest French competition, huge for the Frenchman, Esteban Clot, also looking to set the record straight from last week at Worlds, looking to take home his first Extreme Barcelona Championship. A huge up-and-comer from the UK, just 19 years old, Mr. Tom Neebe. And last rider to drop will be the newly minted world champion, also the reigning Extreme Barcelona champion, his first huge win this time last year. It's Jayden Sharrman.
And Todd, what a lineup right here. All these riders are such incredible athletes, and one thing that I think is interesting is just how much Adrenaline Alley has been at play. I feel like that's the training facility that so many of these tricks are created at.
Absolutely. We were talking just before we went on air about Esteban's huge tricks at Adrenaline Alley, and obviously all of the British riders spending a lot of their time there because it just breeds innovation, it breeds confidence, and and a community as well. Similar to how, especially with street eras in Barcelona, I think the centre of the universe for park riding right now is Corby, Northamptonshire, which is it's not the centre of the universe for much else.
It's really one of the best training facilities in the entire world. The how they built the ramps, how they make the flow, it literally creates riders who are going to be good at contest. If you spend enough time there, you're going to learn.
I don't know, Willie. I've spent a lot of time there, and I'm still terrible. But I'm pretty good at calling events, you know. I learned that in those hallowed walls as well, through all those scoot fests and action space invitationals and all kinds of stuff like that. Is where I grew up calling this sport and making lots of noise for these riders. So we head to France for our first rider then, Jules Peyret, the young Frenchman, on the up this year. Did make, I think, top 20, top 25 here last year, but a huge step up to make this massive top 8. An absolute who's who of park scooter riding in this final. Jules Peyret will have 45 seconds on the clock. He gets 2 runs with his best run counting, and he's about to open his account on this, the final competition here at Extreme Barcelona 2024.
It really is the best collection of park riders in the world, and we got Jules dropping in right here with a heel rewind to start it off, straight over the box with a downside buttercup on the quarter 2 extension. Ooh, straight into a double front bri. That was amazing. It's crazy how consistent that trick has gotten and how much speed you can press. Got a backflip over the volcano, straight into an umbrella air, looking amazing. The height that he's getting on all of these tricks is so good. Like, that flail was so extended.
Absolutely, just landing high every time, carrying so much speed, Will, and chucking the technicality in as well. Definitely what the judges want to be seeing. Yow! Massive on the flare.
it's amazing to me how important landing high on the ramps is. I feel like to somebody who doesn't know scootering that well, they might think, oh, you can just kind of land wherever. But landing on the ramps is high is so important because that's what carries you to the next trick. And it's amazing to watch a rider string together so many tricks and focus so much on where his wheels are landing, because that's really an indicator of how the run is gonna turn out.
Absolutely. There's no pedals on a scooter as well, because me and Catfish were talking about this with the bikes. It's all important in the bikes if you really want to carry your speed, but you've always got that bailout of being able to crank. Whereas on the scooter, if you lose that speed, your run is done. It's so hard to pick up again without taking a huge knock on your score by stopping. And yeah, landing high, all important.
Absolutely.
Next rider to drop, as we see Jules with a big first score there, 84.67, a great way to open his account. We hand over to Callum Connor, not him on the screen there. There we go.
There he is.
Young man from Peterborough. He's just 17 years old. Huge up and comer, having his breakout year right here. Third in the world 2 days ago. In he comes.
Got Colin dropping in straight into a 360 kickless. That was amazing. Dropping back into the roller. Straight into a 720 bar. That's amazing. That's a competition trick. How consistent you have to have that. Oh, wow. Straight into an enormous cash roll to an umbrella. He is on fire right now.
Absolutely. Threw the whip in that cash roll, I think, as well. Getting the flare on that bank. You have to pop right out of that. It doesn't send you up like the quarter pipes do. And a big wall ride.
Legs right there. Straight with a buttercup over the volcano. Ooh, the run on the wall, getting some extra speed.
Stomping on the buzzer. Shame he didn't get that 5 flare in, because that was huge over the hit, but did get the front flip right on the buzzer. Huge first run from Callum Connor, and definitely going to be a big scoring run, but with some space to improve.
We were just saying you can't really push when you're on the course, but I guess you can run on the wall ride.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's a pretty good way to get some speed.
Absolutely. Only thing, a lot of these guys not really having any straight airs, and we noticed in the BMX it was a huge big score, and if you had no straight airs, so yeah, if you're gonna use that run up, you've got to use it for something huge over that box. Callum Connor with his first run of that 360 front flip whip, 89.0. Massive first run from Callum Connor, world's bronze medalist. As we hand over to his countrymen and world's silver medalists, Mr. Jordan Clark from Chichester in the UK. 45 seconds on the clock for the multiple time Extreme Barcelona champion and 5-time world champion.
He is really no stranger to being right here. I feel like this is his zone. If there's anything Jordan is great at, it's doing exactly this. Starting off with a fast plant, double front flip. Normally he gets that. In years past, we've seen him come out the gate strong with that trick. So I'm sure on his second run he'll be able to start it off with that trick, and unfortunately he was not able to.
Very unlucky for Clark, and I think he's carrying a bit of an injury. You see that left wrist strapped up. All it can take with a trick as critical as that, as difficult and as scary as that, all it can take is that little knock of confidence from having a strapped up wrist, or just your handlebar, your grip is just not quite as it normally is. It's all it can take to go from being able to land that every time to coming up short.
Well, you got to think about the precision on that trick. When you stomp your foot, how much velocity you have to rip off of the ramp. He's done it consistently for so long that we were just kind of like, oh yeah, that's Jordan's thing. But you got to think that trick takes so much precision, and you, as we saw, one little slip up can make or break it.
Yeah. All right, on to a young man who I describe as Jordan's protege. Spends a lot of time with him, trains together. Charlie Dyson, in he comes.
Charlie Dyson's been a part of the scene for forever, and it's so awesome to watch him up here today. Starting off his run, straight into a 720 whip bar. That was amazing. His spins are something else. Wow.
Oh,
720 backflip?
you kidding me?
Straight into a Superman. I feel like 720 backflip is just not a trick you see often at all. It's not like a 5 flare.
No, not at all. It's just that. Well, speaking of which, no,
Yes.
go down.
No.
540 flare whip. Oh my days. Charlie Dyson was on a heater right there. Lot to expect from the young man in his second run. But
His spins are just top notch. How many rotations did he do through his entire competition run? It must have been like 8.
And he didn't even finish it. It's him and Romet Salik are the only guys who can spin like that in the entire world.
Look at this. 720 backflip. Have we seen that before over this box?
My memory is too poor to know, but I'd be surprised if it has. Maybe by Romet.
It's pretty incredible. It's almost like it's a corked 1080 if you think about it in the right way.
Yeah. But just a lot more extension than like your average cork 1080 on a snowboard, say. Yeah, it gets way more upside down. Yeah, super sick. All right. On to the combo king himself, Mr. Jamie Hull, 2022 world champion from Widnes in the UK, dropping in.
Jamie Hull starting off with his signature. Oh, he's doing a double backflip, triple tail whip, but unfortunately, not getting that one through.
Oh,
Jamie has been a part of the scene. Jamie's been a part of the scene for so long, and he's been such an involved member of the scooter community. So it's great to see him up there today, and I know in a second run he'll be able to do much better.
Yeah, another young gun who came through like Charlie, super young on the scene. I remember seeing him at Rampworks when he was tiny, doing backflips and getting cheers. I remember writing a magazine piece about his first double backflip, double whip, probably, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago. Absolutely incredible to see that he's still progressing every single day. Now, what is the Flying Frenchman up to right here? Esteban Clot getting as high as he can, getting all of that potential energy as he drops in. Esteban Clot.
Wow, starting off with that enormous bar twist to kick twist. That was crazy. No one else has taken that route. He's getting the crowd hyped right now. I think he's going back for more.
Absolutely huge. So he didn't go box to box there. He cleared the middle box, landed on. It's a quarter pipe. It's not a landing. That is terrifying. Absolutely huge. We didn't see any BMXer do that gap. That is enormous from the Frenchman. Can't wait to see that again, second time round. But he's going to call his first run short. Love to see it. Yeah, let's see a replay of that. Hopefully we can see quite how far he travels. Takes off from the first jump box, clears the second. What's it? Bar twist, whip, kick this rewind?
Yeah.
Nuts. Did he slip the
foot?
Like
I can't tell from this angle, but Esteban is no stranger doing enormous gaps. I feel like you can just scroll through his Instagram and it's just enormous gap after enormous gap.
Yeah. Don't mess around. Never follow Esteban on a line. He will lead you to danger. Tom Neeb now from the UK. Whip drop in to start things off.
Wow, straight to a Bry kickless. Going around to a 180 bar, straight into the backflip kickless, triple whip, downside triple whip. Straight into a front flip. I think that was a double tail whip. He is carrying some amazing velocity right now in his run, keeping everything super high.
Absolutely, wow! 1-2 double flare, tons of amplitude right there. Fast plant front flare transferring into the steep bank. And a flare.
Ending off with a 540 flare.
Crikey. So much time spent upside down, especially in the latter half of that run. And to do that when you are deep into the 45-second run as well, the lactic acid build-up, the gasping for air, still managed to throw that front flare into the 540 flare.
It's amazing to see how consistent of a trick double flares have become. I feel like it's a staple in competition scooter riding, and it's just amazing to see people not only do a double flare, but do a double flare and carry enough speed to do something afterwards.
Absolutely, yeah. To land again, to get that landing right. Neeb goes first into the 90s. We go. Tom Neeb, your second place qualifier, steps into first with one rider left to run in those first runs. That man is your world champion. Jayden Sharrman moved to Corby to go and spend full time at Adrenaline Alley. Works there. His dad works there. He lives and breathes scooter riding. Finally paid off with his first World Championships last week. Starts with the backflip drop-in.
Wow, what a way to start. Holy crap. We're into, I think that was a buttercup to buttercup, dropping back around into the roll-in, turned into a Stanley to buttercup. That was incredible. His speed is insane.
Now, this is a guy who's gone after the strength and conditioning in a big way. He's put on so much muscle to make sure he is well equipped to keep going all the way through his runs and just be a bulletproof rider. Yo!
Wow. His endurance is incredible. The way he's able to start his run with the same velocity that he carries through the entire thing is incredible.
Oh! That could be, I think that was just after time. So won't get the points of the dub flare, but also won't take the hit of the fall, I think. Difficult to tell from the stream, but fingers crossed for our number one qualifier. I think the judges will probably just have to confirm that.
What a way to start a run too. You're just gonna backflip drop in, and once again, how high he landed that on the ramp, straight into an enormous box trick. Like I feel like that's such a sweet way of starting a comp run. And that Stanley flip to buttercup is nuts. The way he's able to like stop his scooter halfway through, crazy.
Absolutely wild. Bruce Lee level maneuvers, nunchucking around there, and he goes first. That dub flare did not count. Good for him, but it'd be great to fit that into the run in his second run. Steps a whole 2 points above Tom Neeb and takes control of this final. We are into final runs then, Will. Nowhere left to hide here. It is 45 seconds and done.
This rider's going to put it all on the line right now. We got Jules starting off with a heel rewind into the bank. Turn around on the roll-in with a nice front flip. Unfortunately, slipping out. But hey, he's in good spirits. You can see him smiling at the crowd, waving.
And I think huge for Jules to make this final. He is in some absolutely rarefied air surrounded by the riders that he's riding with right here.
I feel like for any scooter rider who's really taking it serious, being on this stage is such an honor. I feel like you watch it year after year after year. So to be up here with the guys who have consistently done it is a really big accomplishment.
Yeah, just got front wheel heavy there on that front flip. Little over rotation and washes out that front wheel and goes down. Still sits in fourth place, Jules Peyre. As we hand over to our world's bronze medalist, Callum Connor.
He's been having an incredible year this year.
Absolutely, I'm so impressed with how with his riding for a start. He's so stylish. Got that big deep bag of tricks, and he's just relaxed out there, just absolutely born for it. In he comes, Callum Connor. Last 45 seconds, 360 whip, rewind, all kickless.
turnaround on the roller right now. Straight into a 720 bar, but unfortunately slipping out. I think the wind must be affecting that box jump. I feel like we've seen quite a few people like almost not have enough distance opposed to they normally would.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious how the wind is playing out right now.
I think it's turned a little bit more from the BMX, is coming a little bit more in the side. And when we're talking about the height and time they're spending in the air, really could be affecting them. You think if you get offline on that jump as well, you're going, the side there is a drop, another 2 foot drop to flat, but just an under rotation there, lands back wheel first and goes down. Callum Connor still sits in 3rd place with a really good score from his first run. The joy of this format right here. Comes up short. So, second and final run for 5-time world champion Jayden Sharrman from Great Britain. Fell on his first trick, first time out. What's he got for us now?
And he is able to redeem himself. Awesome. Going straight into a flare bar. 360 triple bar over the box. Going into a big front side wall ride to tail up in. 360 downside heel to bar. Straight into flail whip. He is on fire right now. This is the Jayden that we've seen in years past.
Absolutely. This is the type of run that made him a 5-time world champion. Huge front side whip front scoot. Turns it round with the leg sweep bar spin. Yo! Dub on the buzzer!
That's amazing. And that's how Jayden does it right there. Jayden goes out. He may fall on his first run, but ultimately he executes excellence every time. And it's such a privilege that he is a part of the scooter community, and we get to watch somebody who is literally a machine, the machine in girl jeans.
Yeah, his jeans are not quite as tight as his first appearance here back in I think 2015, 2016. His first time he won. He just came out of nowhere and won. 360 front flip, cash roll straight into double flare, and geez, this guy, he can just feel 45 seconds. He doesn't need a watch. He just feels it, and he goes into first place with a 95.33. Oh my days, we are on for an incredible last 4-5 runs right here. Jayden Sharrman sets up an amazing end to this final. We have got 5 riders left to drop. They all have a chance to step it up above JC, but has he done enough? Charlie Dyson, 16 years old from the UK, 5th place qualifier, fell in his first run. What's he got for us here?
He's starting off dropping in straight into a bar to tuck. Didn't have that one on my bingo card. Straight into a 720 tail whip. Carrying speed. 720 backflip. Man, he's got that so dialed. Big Superman over the box. You're into a wall ride over that hip. Rewind. Into a big umbrella air. Full whip.
No! So close to time there as well. So close to an absolutely beautiful run featuring a bunch of tricks no one else is pulling. Goes for the big dub. Comes up a little short, under rotated.
Man, he is just the 720 master today. I feel like the 720 tail whip they did, and as we just saw, the 720 backflip are both such hard tricks, and he was able to consistently do them both times. So that's an amazing performance by Mr. Dyson.
Yeah, steps up the first run, but unfortunately not able to break much higher. We head then to his countryman, also from the Northwest, Mr. Jamie Hull, 2022 world champion. Lots and lots of medals to his name from across the globe. Can he take an Extreme Barcelona gold here on the final day of EB 2024?
Look how packed that crowd is, too.
Oh, every
it's such
time.
a great scene. Yeah, every time.
The scooter finals got moved to the end of the day because it is always the most packed. Now the biggest favourite here. 1, 2, sticks it!
Nice. That's what he was looking for right now. Straight into a front flip, triple tail whip. Amazing. Going over with a rewind. Straight into a big flail. Big flare triple whip. Hug.
Sets up real high for the transfer. Triple finger whip. Turns around 7 seconds. Can he get 2 last tricks in? 360 front flip,
yeah.
Lands it on the buzzer. Flare double.
There we go. That's the run we wanted to see from Jamie. That's amazing. You could see the reaction on his face. He is stoked.
Yeah, I wonder if I called that last one right. Might be a flare full, actually, but let's take a look back at those replays. There's the double triple. Big setup into this front flip. 1, 2, 3, I think it is. Here's the transfer. With the finger whips. And then just eked out every millisecond of time. There's the Kashi, 360 front flip. Oh no, is it flare? Is it flare kickless to double?
Be a flare kickless. Yeah, flare kickless double.
That's nuts. Goes third. Can't quite overhaul Sharrman or Clark. Steps onto the podium, knocking Neeb off. With still 1 run left for Tom Neeb. But before him, Esteban Clot. Now, we didn't see anything of his first run except an attempt at this first gap. If he can pull this off and put in a flawless run after it, it's got to be a huge score because no one is doing anything like this. The BMXers didn't even try this gap. It is absolutely huge. I think it would clear my entire house. Esteban Clot from France, winner at Beast. Can he win in Barcelona? 45 seconds on the clock for the Frenchman. And in he comes.
Starting off huge with the bar twist kickless, and he lands with a lot of speed this time into a huge buttercup. Going to a massive double inward over an awkward gap too. It's amazing he's able to pull that out.
No! Esteban goes down in his second run. That was his only chance after bailing out of that first run. He is an all or nothing kind of guy. It's a great and passionate way to ride, but comes up short. Remember last year he was trying to do the gap into the takeoff of the first box, that terrifying razor's edge. But like I say, he's an all or nothing kind of dude. Today you may fear that he's fallen on the nothing side, but I mean, the half of the run we saw was not nothing. All incredibly executed tricks till that slide out.
Just amazing how big he goes on tricks. I feel like he's definitely up there in the highest going scooter riders.
Absolutely, fills his pockets full of helium before he steps onto the course every single time. Floats up and out. 2 riders left to go then, our top 2 qualifiers, both from the UK. First, 19-year-old Tom Neeb. Tech extraordinaire who is clearly absolutely loving this course, carries tons of speed over it, in he comes.
Tom Neeb starting off with a huge bride of kickless to whip. That was amazing. turn around on the roll in, do a backflip, rewind, huge downside triple whip. He is a very technical rider, and it's amazing to watch all of his combos through his run.
He's got tricks where he's doing like 5 tricks in one hit, you know, like just so much going on from Neeb. There's the double, sticks it.
There we go. Going into a big fast plant flail, looking, ooh, and ending with a 540 flare. That was the run he was looking for sure.
Absolutely, buzzer to buzzer action as well. Packing it in, making sure the judges couldn't take their eye off him for a second. Just so busy, filling those 45 seconds.
Huge kickless, huge Bry kickless to whip.
Yeah. It's the backflip. He does the double whip in between each as well. It's not just kickless to kickless, it's kickless, double back to feet. There's the double flare. Lands it high, carries his speed. Will Tom Neeb step up that big 91.33? He needs over 92 to make it onto the podium. Well into the 95s to go first. He waits with bated breath. It was a big run, but is it enough to knock Jamie Hull off of the podium? Yes, it is!
It is. It is.
By fractions of a point. Tom Neeb goes into third. Jayden Sharrman then knows he needs to step up that incredible first run. He knows he's got a podium. In fact, he knows he's got second. But can he upgrade his run like he did in Rome 2 nights ago to go number 1, like he did this time last year in front of this very crowd on this very course? Jayden Sharrman from the UK, your world champion. Can he go back-to-back in Barcelona?
Starting off hot with a big backflip straight into a buttercup to buttercup. Let's turn around on this rolling right now. Going to a big Stanley to buttercup, looking amazing. Big downside triple whip. 360 leg sweep bar. Cruising over that wall ride. Pulling up to the quarter pipe with a big flail. Man, he has so much velocity when he rides. He is like a muscle.
No!
Oh, and he goes for the 900 flare. No!
Well, he needed to. He needed that one step up to go above Jordan. He pulled that 900 at Worlds twice 2 nights ago, but this time coming up short. There are your first and second. Jordan Clark wins from Jayden Sharrman and Tom Neeb. Let's look back at Jayden's highlights. Oh my days. The nunchuckery involved in Jordan, but he makes it look so cool. There's the backflip Stanley Buttercup. Outrageous. There it is, going for the 900 flare.
Oh, it was right there too.
100.
It was so close to being there.
So that is a flip, air, and a 720 all added together. There we are. Top 5 goes to the Brits. Jordan Clark wins, I believe, his 6th Extreme Barcelona from Jayden Sharrman and Tom Neeb in 3rd. Jamie Hull just misses out on the podium. Callum Connor in 5th. Jules Paoleret with a huge welcome to the top ranks in 6th. Charlie Dyson in 7th. And Esteban Clot doesn't quite meet his expectations, going for that huge gap and missing out in 8th. As we see our 5-time world champion and Extreme Barcelona champion heading down to the front with our sports director Tony Alvarez for a little interview. He's psyched.
It's 6-time now. He's no 5-time anymore.
I think he was just counting on one hand there, on his hands there, how many times he'd won. So fingers crossed we'll find out exactly from Tony as he chats with our men's park champion in the scooters here at Extreme Barcelona 2024.
Okay, last final of the day, Scootering Final Park, and the legend has a new gold medal in the counter. Mr. Jayden Clark, 6 times gold medal in Extreme Barcelona, man. Congrats, man. So, man, how it feels to be the person with more gold medals in Extreme Barcelona?
To be honest, I don't really know how to put it into words. Ever since I come back here with my parents in 2015 for the World Championships, you know, it's all just been a bit of a blur, and it's all gone so quick. Like, I think it's my 9th year, and it's just insane, like the amount of support that all the fans give you. The parks are so good, and then yeah, I'm just really pleased with the riding that I managed to produce in the second run, because the first run was dreadful.
Yes, it's been a tight final, many fails, but many good runs. You have a miss on the first run, so you had to play like only one chance, last bet. How it was like the pressure there?
To be honest, I have more pressure going into the first run, even if I've fallen the first run. I don't really know with like the second run. It's just like you've already like gone out there, you've done it, and then it's just like, you know, just go out there, have fun, and try and do your bit. And if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. You're on to the next competition, and just happens to be my day again. So I'm really happy.
Yeah, huge congrats, man. Huge congrats. You're the one. You're the one. Okay, Todd, last final. Back with you, okay?
Always such an amazing winner. He's always very eloquent with his words after a competition as well, and straight into the crowd there to get signing helmets. He's a great ambassador for our sport. 6-time Extreme Barcelona champion, 5-time world champion. What can be said about Jayden Clot that hasn't already been said?
And he has just been dominant since the moment he came into the competition scene. I feel like it's rare to see somebody as committed and as determined as he is, and it shows through his riding. You know, every year he's winning this, or he's at least on the podium. So I'm excited to see the future trajectory of his riding, and really proud of everything that he's managed to accomplish.
Absolutely, and realistically, we think about the sort of career spans of your average professional athlete, and like you said, he's been here 9 times, and he won, I think, first or second time he came. And to say that he's been at the top of the game for 9 years straight is just incredible. We were just talking previously in the BMX about Daniel Dares. These guys with such, and Corey Coffey in the women's as well. These athletes with such incredible longevity in a sport that is like trying to hurt you actively the rest of the time is unbelievable. To stay healthy, stay on top of the game, and stay enjoying it is huge.
Absolutely, and I think the thing that keeps people so involved in the scootering world, and regardless of what level of riding you're on or where you're from, is friendship. I feel like the friendship that these scooter riders have for one another and the camaraderie is the greatest thing about scootering. And you can see when a rider goes down, or if they complete a run, regardless, their boys are there for them, and they're going to be there with them through the moment. So it's amazing to watch the scooter community be awesome as normal, and it's another day of amazing demonstration of crazy scooter maneuvers.
Yeah, and another day inspiring those kids right there, which is just always warms my heart as well. Like you say, the camaraderie that these guys show, the sportsmanship, and the inspiration through their insane scooter maneuvers, absolutely will way to put it. We now await our podium presentation of our top 3. An incredible top 3 and a British invasion here in Barcelona. Brits
really is a British invasion.
Yeah, taking out the top 3. We did it in the BMX as well. Top 2 in the BMX men's, top 3 in the scooters. Tom Neeb takes the bronze medal at Extreme Barcelona 2024. Big smile from Tom. Always a big time to be on the Extreme Barcelona podium. Nice check to take away with you to the party later on as well. That's if is Tom allowed in the party? How, I don't know. Oh, he's 19. Yes, he is allowed in the party. Second place, last year's champion and newly minted world champion, Jayden Sharrman takes second. These three riders all close friends as well.
So they're riding together all the time, and they know exactly what each of them are capable of.
And how much work they put in to get here.
Absolutely.
And your 6-time Extreme Barcelona champion, none other than Jayden Clot.
There he is right there. Mr. Clark himself going into a position he knows so well, stepping onto the podium in the big first place, and well-deserved as well. Such an amazing display of talent.
Absolutely. I hadn't noticed the near skinhead he's rocking at the moment.
Yeah, that's a different look for him.
Yeah, aerodynamic from JC. A 6th gold medal at Extreme Barcelona. Unbelievable haul through the years. Well, I just want to thank you all for watching this evening's Scootering Park Men's Final and all of our finals throughout the day. Thank you so much for tuning in, especially on Brinks.tv, our official free-to-play platform. There is your top 10 from Scootering Park. Esteban Clot, Charlie Dyson, Jules Payeret, Callum Connor, Jamie Hull, and your top 3, Tom Neve, Jayden Sharrman, and Jayden Clark. I've been joined by Mr. Willie Cashen for this amazing competition. Any main highlights, Willie? A trick of the comp from you?
Man, I feel like that 720 backflip Charlie Dyson was doing was so cool. I feel like that trick is known but rarely executed, and it's cool to watch somebody do that in their competition runs. So for me, that was really amazing to watch. I feel like it was also great watching Esteban go crazy high through the entire park, and once again, it was great watching Jayden do what he does best.
Absolutely. I think Esteban going for that gap is got to be my favourite. Like, it's one of those things that you can't really figure out how big that is until you've seen this park in person. That is absolutely terrifyingly huge. Really impressed by this young man as well, Jules Payeret, coming through the ranks, and of course Jayden going for that 900 flare. Such a shame he didn't land it. Can't imagine it wouldn't have won it for him because it was so tight at the top. But hey, that's scooter riding. Sometimes you land it, sometimes you don't.
Definitely can be a gamble. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. If he was to land that 900 flare, I think it probably would have been his. But like you said, that's how it goes.
Absolutely, and not absolutely nothing to take away from Jayden's victory there. He put down a hell of a run that took a pretty much NBD to beat, and it was unbeatable on the day, and that's why he's the king of Barcelona. All right, Will, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much to Catfish and Ted earlier as well for joining me through the day. I've had an amazing time talking about these incredible athletes and this amazing event. I can't wait to be back there next year and be back by the Mediterranean. All right, Will, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me, and Extreme Barcelona fans, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, make it look easy. Hey, stand up guy, boom, 10 toes. Big body pull up in a Range Rover. I can change the whole game when I say so. I pull up, shut it down, yeah, they know. Running this game ain't a thing for me. I never switched up, no change in me. The only thing changing this season, you go against me, then you know that you tweaking, okay? Cause baby, I'm him, I be on 10. Two-stepping in the party, I do not dance. Watch how I move, make it look easy. Counting up wins, that's part of the plan. Black man taking up my head as a CC. That can't fail, I'ma get the reason we're